Big Bacon. Welcome back. You are once again watching Big Bacon's Collection. Today we have the 2022 release G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow, number 35 in the lineup. I actually received this figure from my buddy Rob out there at Peddler's Post in Bolivar, Missouri. Great guy. If you need anything, look them up. He'll be able to hook you up. So let's get into the figure. The sculpting on this is amazing. Before I get too into it, I just want to point out that this line has been in production for 2+ years, and we are just now getting an actual white Storm Shadow. Hasbro, you are out of your mind. But we have it. We're happy to have it. And we're glad you went the direction you went. Now, if you look closely, the eyes on this are really well detailed. Painted in beautifully. Got them big bushy eyebrows. Sculpt point on the hood. They've got seams. This thing here is supposed to be his hood in the drawn down position. He also comes with a version that actually comes up over the top of the head, but I will not be displaying like that, so it doesn't need to be here. The gi, top, tunic, whatever you want to call it, with the ripped sleeves. Got the red embossed Cobra logo tampoed on there. Black shoulder sash with a silver buckle and a couple of non-removable shuriken. It actually extends down below the belt, which is just a separate piece. Okay, this boy is jacked. Forearms and hands have a little bit of armor. Got some off-white stained arm wraps and full white gloves. The pants actually have a really great texture to them. Got seam lines, fold lines all the way through it. Then here at the shins, we have more of those off-white stained wraps. Got some white shoes with black soles, and yes, it even comes with ninja toe. Not to be confused with camel toe. Back of the figure, once again, just more of the same, nicely detailed. No paint discoloration, no overruns that I see. Back here, you do get a little bit of black bleeding through this white. And actually, as you look at the belt, it looks like the white came up onto it at a couple of points. Missed this area around this ball completely. But at least the front, where it's mostly going to be visible, looks pretty spot on. And actually, I do have what looks like a paint smudge error, but I don't know where it would have come from. Well, let's move on to some accessories, shall we? So, he comes with a backpack. He's got his arrow quiver and 2 sword sheaths all combined into one. And it just pegs straight into the back. Comes with a pair of katana, one longer, one shorter. And mine appears to have lost a little bit of paint from being in the sheath. There, and then the short one has it along the back edge here. But the detail on them is nice. Love the fact that they even gave us silver paint. And both handles are actually snake heads. That's a really cool detail. Okay, comes with this bow. Nice little compound bow. Actually have some red paint along the handle. The string does not pull back, and any attempt to do so just causes the blade to, or the bow to curve. And there's actually a point on here. Let me show you this real quick. It comes with one loose arrow. The red paint on the flight. It actually has a spot on here that you can push that in. Now you're asking yourself why. Well, the way this figure is built, he actually has a 2-finger gap. And if you work it just right, you can lock that arrow in between those fingers, place the bow in this hand, and actually have him in a firing position. I will not be detailing or displaying like that, so it's not as important to me, but that is a really cool detail that they added in. Now this arrow, there is an actual slot up here on the top. You push it in, get it down in there. It blends in well with the other arrows, and it's not going to fall out. Both swords sheathed nicely into the backpack, and I've got them upside down. Your host is an idiot, but you still love me, all 3 of you. Now the last accessory is kind of odd, and it took me a few minutes to figure out what it was, but it's actually the tie-off point for his belt. I guess putting it in the plastic tray, they didn't want it to damage, but also you can have it hang down, you have it blowing in the wind, dealer's choice. So let's get into the articulation real quick. He's got a dumbbell joint in the top of the head, as well as the bottom of the neck. So that means when it comes to looking, let's get this out of the way for the articulation portion. So when it comes to looking down, you can get some down, get some up. Got some great tilt on it, and side to side. The shoulders have a butterfly joint, which allows for better cross-body posing. Shoulder articulates out to 90. Come on back down. It rotates, but it will follow the curve of this shirt sleeve. Got a bicep cut. Got a double jointed pinless elbow. How great is that? Forearm rotates. Hand rotates. And it appears as though both hands are on vertical hinges. Ab crunch is completely obstructed, so going back, he can limbo, baby. Hey, is that a quarter? Also has a waist ball, which allows for rotation and a little bit of additional movement. Now, drop down, hips. I don't really think it adds too much to the range of motion, but with it, you get full 90-degree out, get 90-degree forward, and because of the sculpt in the back, only so much back. There is a thigh cut to allow for rotation. You have a double jointed pinless knee. But yeah, these knees do get ugly once you open them up. Got a boot cut right there at the top of the wrappings. Foot hinges back. Hinges forward a great deal. And got some rocker for the foot. So let's go ahead and get him geared up. Yeah, I know it's kind of pointless having that there. It doesn't really change much. But mostly I don't want to dig out my accessory bag to put it away. Now, one thing I didn't point out that I should have earlier, the backpack has a little peg here. The bow has a little hole, so you line it up just right. And it also attaches to the backpack. Let's go ahead and get that on him. Line it up to the hole in the sash, the hole in the back. Where are you, buddy? There we go. And everything this character owns is on him, with the exception of the alternate hood. Now, let's get you on a stand, my man. That foot doesn't want to comply. That one actually has a fairly shallow peg. But this one, oh, this one. Try not launching your bow while you're at it. Come on, man, like you've done this before. So, let's get this arm up a bit. Pull this one back some. Yeah, if you're not careful, this thing will just keep popping off. So there we have it. Our stone shadow is posed for the shelf. So let's go ahead and get him in place. And there we have it. We are now 5 deep in the display. Well, 6 if you add cold. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment. Bribe your family and friends. Get them to do the same. It's all appreciated. So until next time.